So, almost like you are going to, Kim Jong-un's movie set. Kim Jong-un is not only manipulating North Korean people's minds, he also manipulates Westerners' minds too. Like, he wants to brainwash you too. He wants you to think this is North Korea. This is how you view North Korea. These people that you saw were the ones who are actually benefited by this system. These are not the victims of this system. Like, they are the beneficiaries of this system. Where does that money go to? That money goes to keeping more concentration camps. That money goes to making more bullets so they can execute more North Koreans. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about how ethical is it to visit North Korea as a tourist. Or maybe you don't want to say, is it okay to visit North Korea as a tourist? You can look at it in a very different perspective, but I think I'm going to share today my, because I was an insider, what North Koreans think of the foreign visitors going to North Korea as a tourist. Number one thing that I always think of is like, is it okay, is it moral to anyone to visit North Korea as a tourist? To me, I have like tons of friends like who's Canadian, American, Australian, Chinese, like been to North Korea as a tourist, and I have no offense at all. You guys are fine, you guys are cool, but I think I just want to put this in my view here so you guys can see this before you go to North Korea, and hopefully you can even, just be more open-minded about my views on this. I saw the atrocities that has been imposing to my people by this crucial regime. My father went to prison camp, my mother went to labor camp, and they've been beaten and tortured. And there are so many injustices every day for Northern people experience. But when you go as a tourist to North Korea, you do have to follow very strict rules. You cannot go outside Pyongyang or even other countryside by yourself. You must be with your guide. And then you cannot, talk anything bad about the regime, obviously you cannot. Then the one course that you have to do is going to this called like Mansudae Dongsang in Pyongyang. It's gigantic statues, made of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. You have to go there and bow in front of these murderous dictators. Are you okay with that? Can you go right now to bow in front of Hitler? And it's okay, you didn't mean it, but can you do that because you just want to see some the house or the play or Disneyland that Hitler made for you to see? To me, it's like, it's just horrifying. Like, how can you, this is like a dictator who like enslaved 25 millions of human lives. And how can any moral conscious can go and bow in front of this dictator? And I know a lot of you guys didn't think deeply enough, but I think it's time to think that part. And what does that message show to North Korean people? In North Korea, we learn in school, in TVs, everything. They show these footages of foreigners come to North Korea and bow exactly in front of statue and shows. Look at them. Even the Americans, even the English, even the Canadians, even like everybody on this earth want to be like North Koreans, worship, Kim Il-sung, like you guys. You guys are so lucky to have our, dear leader. So you guys should be forever eternally grateful for that, his grace, that he chose to be your leader and not other people's. And like they say, like even Kim Jong-il is even leader of the entire species in this universe, not just on Earth. He's the leader of even like all other, if there's any foreign species exist, leader of that. So you only like by going to North Korea, legitimizing this dictatorship for North Korean people. So North Korean people cannot think otherwise, there are people like opposing Kim's, but no, when you go there, you are almost like helping this propaganda. The other thing is that, so they say like, it's okay, even though I have the bow, but I gain something by going to North Korea, and actually I'm doing some favor to North Korean people. That is to me almost like, I don't want to swear, guys, but it's almost too like arrogant to me, saying that like, I will go to North Korea and show them how nice the Westerners are. So I will just go there in person and show it to North Korean people like, hey, we are so nice. And they think that will change North Koreans' minds and bring North Korea into, a bright future. That is very, I think some people who thought that is really like almost like delusional. The people you only get to meet when you go to North Korea as a tourist are not the people like me or like normal North Koreans. You meet top selected whose family backgrounds are so good, who are highly educated, who speaks perfect English. As your guide, you get multiple guides, not even one of them. And the places you get to stay at the hotel, that hotel is not like North Koreans can just go and be hanging out with you. It is designed to have these foreigners and to watch them. And the places you go, it's like, I saw people getting married on the streets. Like, I saw people were dancing on the street. It was all staged for you to see. So, almost like you are going to, Kim Jong-un's movie set. And that's what he wants you to see as a foreigner. Kim Jong-un is not only manipulating North Korean people's minds, he also manipulates Westerners' minds too. Like, he wants to brainwash you too. He wants you to think this is North Korea. This is how you view North Korea. So therefore, like when you just go and going to all these like movie sets that Kim Jong-un made for you, and then come out and say like, hey, I proved to North Korea and some waitress at the restaurant that Westerners are not horrible, very nice people. And that if these waitresses and guys gonna look at us and they're gonna change their mind, and that will bring change to North Korea. These people that you saw were the ones who are actually benefited by this system. These are not the victims of this system, like they are the beneficiaries of this system. The reason why the elite of North Korea not escape to America or South Korea is that they know when they escape to South Korea or America, they know they're gonna be equal like everyone else. There's no status anymore. But when they're in North Korea with their status, they are special. They get special treatments. They get special advantages. So they are like Kim Jong-un gives every incentive he can to make this, like elite to think this system makes sense for them too. So the only people that you interact with when you go to North Korea as a tourist are the ones who are winning in the system. So, even though like, it's just, so it doesn't make sense, like how, like Kim Jong-un, no matter what you like, be nice to Kim Jong-un, of course he's not gonna like defect. Do you ever think like Kim Jong-un gonna be an escapee like of North Korea? No, he's benefiting by this system. So that argument doesn't make any sense. And the last thing is, the money you spend, where does that money go? You say, North Korea takes like, North Korean regime takes like something 80-90%, even more of it, but I'm fine. Those like waitresses I maybe buy a gift shop at a hotel. I go to karaoke or something, I buy few products, and those people gonna be benefited by me spending few $100. And the rest of money that you spend is going to regime. Where does that money go to? That money goes to keeping more concentration camps. That money goes to making more bullets so they can execute more North Koreans. And then also that money goes to building more missiles and nuclear weapons to kill us all. So are you okay funding North Korean dictator to build these more mass destructive weapons? And personally, I'm not okay with that. Like, just some people think, it's not as serious as that. Like, if Kim Jong-un wants the tourists to come into North Korea, that means there's something that he to gain there. the only one thing that I learned in my activism is like, as long as I do something upsetting North Korean regime, I am so winning. I'm so doing the right thing. And when you do something that North Korean regime wants, that means you gotta understand, like, you are doing something wrong to North Korean people. Like, that's how simple is that. Is this gonna cause Kim Jong-un to upset, or is this gonna make North Korean regime happy? And then that's when you decide. Kim Jong-un really wants foreign currency to do all these bad things, inside his regime. Therefore, he needs foreign currency. And one of the foreign currency stream for Kim Jong-un is tourism to North Korea. When these foreigners come to North Korea and spend money, and even though you said like, oh, it was only $2,000 or like something, 3,000, 4,000, not even that much, it's not gonna have that much big impact. But when you gather, like, imagine 10,000 of you, 100,000 of you, that money is substantial, and that money can make a lot of bullets to kill North Koreans too. So, I know it wasn't something that I was cheering for you guys to go to North Korea. I know that once we free North Korean people from this dictator, we all can go to North Korea as free people. We don't have to be followed by guys, and we don't have to be having a sacrifice that Otto Warmbier that made the American, university student who went to North Korea. His crime was trying to steal the propaganda banner, that he simply go to a floor that wasn't supposed to go as a tourist. And then they have some footage showing, oh, that was Otto trying to take the, propaganda banner. But the thing is that there's not even solid evidence that it's clearly him or not. And he might have been even tricked. The guide might have told him that like, oh, why don't you just go get that, thing? Like, you guys are totally free to do it. And then they might have even trapped him. Nobody knows the full truth because Otto died. Otto didn't come out alive. He died, and he never gave us what happened actually. We never know the truth of that instant. So therefore, like, I don't think, it's like, don't we have a pride? Like, do we not wanting, it's just so like confusing when some people like, oh, going to North Korea, exchange of this like culture and ideas are always great, but you're exchanging ideas with only the elite that are benefiting from this system. So thank you guys for listening to this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye.